They thought the Ceballos story had closed for now. That twist, that almost move to Marseille, had been one of those late summer dramas that fizzled into headline memory. But football rarely lets a story sleep. This winter, a new chapter is being written, and it's not about the midfielder who nearly left. It's about the young centre-back who suddenly finds himself at a crossroads. Olympique de Marseille, the same club that came knocking for Dani Ceballos, are reportedly circling again, this time with Raúl Asensio in their sights, an imposing 2003-born defender who has spent the season waiting for a real chance under Xabi Alonso. The headlines are simple, but the choices behind them are complicated. Sell a promising but underused defender now for a number in the tens of millions, or keep him and risk losing another talented homegrown player to the chiseled economics of modern football. Reports and market chatter place a Madrid asking range in the roughly Euros 30-40 million ballpark, a figure that instantly turns any transfer from sporting decision into financial calculus for Florentino Perez and his board. Asensio's story is familiar in the way so many young careers are shaped by timing. He arrived in the first-team periphery, trained with the veterans, learned the rhythms of the Bernabeu, but minutes have been few. The pecking order at centre-back is crowded, and Alonso, pragmatic, exacting, has shown a tendency to rely first on those who fit his immediate tactical blueprint. For a player like Asensio, that can feel like a door that opens only for others. Those waiting periods do strange things to ambition. They make you impatient. They whisper that perhaps the greener turf lies elsewhere. Yet there is also the other whisper. Stay, grow under this roof, and your moment might come when least expected. It is precisely that duality that Dani Ceballos seems to have tried to convey. Ceballos, who himself flirted with a move to Marseille before deciding against it, has reportedly told Asensio to pause and think, warning that a hasty exit could lead to regret. A voice from someone who lived the decision and who knows how different a path can become once you leave. Marseille's interest is not sentimental. They see a pragmatic reinforcement, someone who could be integrated into a League One backline hungry for solidity. From Marseille's perspective, January is a window to add depth. From Madrid's perspective, January is often the time to balance the books, to shape squads, and to make cold strategic bets. That tension gives every reported figure meaning. A Euros 13 price tag is not just a number, it's a test of value. How does Madrid judge Asensio's present contribution against his potential? How does the player weigh guaranteed minutes in France against the prestige and uncertain opportunity of remaining at Real? Transfer market noise suggests different valuations. Offers whispered at Euros 13 from one side, Euros 14 valuations from others, and all of this plays out while the player trains, while Alonso calculates, and while supporters debate on feeds. These negotiations are also human stories. Imagine the locker room. A colleague pulling you aside to tell you what he learned the hard way. Ceballos' advice, essentially a think twice, changes the narrative from a simple buy-sell rumour to a mentorship moment that could influence a career. For Asensio, the decision is not only about money or minutes, it's about identity, development and trust. Will he choose the immediate guarantee of playing time abroad or the slower, riskier climb within a club that has produced legends? For Xabi Alonso, the calculus is about team shape and standards. Only those who meet his exacting demands will be prioritised, and sometimes that means tough choices about young players who do not yet fit the system. For Florentino Perez and the sporting directors, the calculus is fiscal and strategic, balancing squad depth, market value, and the PR of selling a player too soon. January stands as the definitive moment. A move could free Asensio to grow elsewhere and bring Madrid cold cash to reinvest. Staying could mean patience pays off, or that a promising talent stagnates. Either way, this is more than a transfer rumour. It is a test of a player's ambition, of a coach's faith, and of a club president's valuation of homegrown promise versus market opportunity. Over the next weeks, the rumour mill will accelerate. Offers will be gauged, and Asensio will have to decide whether to answer Marseille's call or to trust that the next opportunity at Real Madrid will be worth the wait. The winter window always delivers surprises, and in this case, whichever door closes or opens will echo far beyond one player's next contract.